I think it's working now, so I'm just gonna wing it. Let's see if it actually is connected. This is the fourth time. Hopefully there is sound and it's actually recording. But let's get into today's topic. So today I wanted to talk about how to be authentic. So I had always heard like just be yourself and be authentic, and like that's all that you need to do to just like attract the right people to you. And I didn't really understand what that meant. Like people can say, oh, like just love yourself, just be you, but I didn't understand what that meant. That could have just been anything like that they said to me, and I was just like, what? Like, what does that mean? So I started to understand that being authentic means, what being authentic means is, for me, is literally just removing trauma and conditioning that doesn't allow the way for you to express yourself naturally to come through. So for me, I had always not expressed myself when I'm around other people the way that I perceive myself on the inside, and the way that I wanted to express myself. I didn't feel that it was okay to express. And it's not even that anybody made me feel judged or made me feel a certain way about it. It's just the conditioning that I got from my childhood. I was criticized a lot as a child, and just I like to think that I'm a very sensitive person, and the fact that I was criticized so much just led to me being shut down. Like I just could not even bring myself to say certain things around certain people. And a lot of the time I think I would come off as someone who didn't even have a personality. So people would say things to me and I would just laugh, and I would just kind of go along with what they were saying, but I wouldn't contribute my own opinion. I wouldn't really show my personality. I wouldn't even laugh. I didn't actually animate emotions, if that makes sense. Like I didn't laugh. I just didn't allow myself to be. And when I would feel something and I would feel the urge to say something, or like way in the beginning when I would feel the urge to say something or act out a certain emotion, I didn't really feel safe to do so because of the trauma and the conditioning that I went through in childhood. And so I literally just went through life suppressing the way that I expressed myself. Like I was very, very afraid to express myself in groups of people. Like I literally I could not speak out loud. I could not speak out loud. If there was something I wanted to say, I only felt comfortable saying it in a one-on-one conversation, or when I am in close proximity, literally sitting next to someone. I could not yell it out across the room. I didn't feel safe to express myself. And that's just insane to me now, that I was so scared that I dimmed myself down that much, and I repressed so much of my, just saying something like, can you hand me this, out loud? I just was not allowing my voice to come through. I just didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel like what I had to say was important in so many ways, that it came to in the when it came to the small things, I also wasn't able to express it because I became so afraid of expressing anything at all. And so for me, being authentic and expressing yourself is what that means. And this comes naturally as you do your inner work, because it's hard to be authentic and it's hard to set boundaries and kind of speak your mind and say your opinions, even especially if they're not popular opinions. It's hard to do all of those things when you're scared and you're really you want to please other people, and you want to kind of stay on the safe side of things, and you're not able to just speak your mind. Like when you feel that you're not worthy and you're not enough, you're not going to feel comfortable expressing what's on your mind and expressing unpopular opinions. So the first thing you can do, I have my notes over here just so that I can go over everything and I don't forget anything. So like the first thing that I said is embracing your shadows. You have to be willing to embrace the dark parts of you that you just repress and push away, because society tells you, oh, it's not good, that we shouldn't feel this way, we shouldn't do this thing, we shouldn't quit school, we shouldn't say this thing out loud because we're gonna be frowned upon, like all of these things. And even some things within yourself where you say, oh, I should have worked out, I should have done this, I should have done that, I shouldn't have done this. Those are all experiences that we tend to repress because we think we're only meant to experience good things in life. We think we're only meant to experience joy, bliss, peace, but at the end of the day, we're humans, and what I believe is that we all chose to come here to have a human experience. Like, we actually chose this experience, and that comes with a lot of emotions. That comes with all range of emotions: sad, happy, joy, maybe depression. Like, there are so many, like every positive emotion comes with the opposite of it. And I believe that when we signed up to come to planet Earth and be humans, we were signing up to feel all of it, and we were signing up to experience all the shadow parts as well. And I honestly think that we enjoy experiencing those things, but because we don't let ourselves experience them and we push them away because we think we aren't meant to experience those things and enjoy them, they tend to persist more and tend to come up in more negative ways. They tend to come up, like, let's say you have this desire to be more like yourself, but you're not allowing all parts of you to show up to the table. You're not allowing all parts of yourself to be shown to other people because you think certain parts people will not like, and you just cannot express that outside of your mind. And the more you do that, the more you express certain negative parts or shadow parts of yourself in negative ways in your life, and you're thinking, oh, like, I don't know why this keeps happening to me. It will show up in ways that you don't expect, and you'll keep thinking, oh my gosh, why does this keep happening to me? Why does this continue to show up in my life? I do not want this in my life. But it will continue to show up because you're not accepting and allowing it to just be, because it is just a part of being human. And if you just start to kind of accept it for what it is, accept the shadow parts of you, the parts of you that you think you shouldn't have or shouldn't experience or shouldn't feel, the more you accept it, the more you're able to express them in more positive ways, and the more empowered you feel. The more I continue to express myself, all parts of me, without caring too much about what other people will think, and without caring too much about how I'll be perceived, and kind of like I just wasn't available anymore to like dim myself down for other people to feel comfortable. And that just allowed me to feel more empowered, and even just express, like, knowing that I'm the only person who can accept all parts of me, whether it's positive or negative. It feels empowering to know that nobody has anything on me, because I know all parts of me, and like nobody can really hurt me when I know all parts of me. And a belief I used to have before is like, not even a belief, but like I had this feeling in the back of my head that, oh my gosh, I'm going to get found out. Like somebody is gonna figure out that I'm not actually like this, because I thought I had to be good all the time, and I had to just hide all shadow parts of me. And I was like, oh my gosh, what if this person finds out this about me? What if this person finds out that I'm not really like this? But I'm like, I am both. I am both of those things, and I get to just express myself as I am with all parts of me, and that makes me feel more empowered. And so the more you embrace your shadows, the more empowered you will feel in just being yourself and showing up as who you are. And let me see what other points I have down here. So I guess this is all connected. So the next point that I have is giving yourself permission and approval to just show up as you are without caring too much what other people think. And this is not easy to do. Like I've heard people say that in the past to me as I was on my inner work journey, and I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? Like, it's not that easy. And it's not easy because you haven't done enough inner work yet. I feel like the more inner work you do, the easier it becomes to be yourself and to just give yourself permission to show up how you need to show up. You just show up, and whatever is there can be expressed naturally. But if you're repressing it and you're just like, oh, I shouldn't say this, I shouldn't feel this way, I shouldn't act out this emotion. That's literally how I was. Like, I was just like in my head all the time, analyzing how people viewed me through their own beliefs and based on what I know about them. And I would just control every single thing, and every the way I would show up changed based on who I was around, because I wasn't allowing myself to just show up and be myself regardless of what the other person thought of me. So give yourself permission to just be. Give yourself permission to show up, express your emotions, express your opinions, and this comes with time as you do your inner work, as you feel more comfortable in your own skin. And then I guess the next thing I have also is removing limiting beliefs about your identity and who you get to show up as. And this relates to the last point too, because when you remove limiting beliefs about let me give an example first. So a limiting belief that I had is I'm not allowed to express my emotions around other people because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And so when I live life this way, that I'm not allowed to express my emotions around other people because it can make them feel uncomfortable, I suppressed a lot of my emotions. I didn't act out certain things if I thought, oh, like this might trigger this person, this might make them think this thing of me, this might make them, like, I don't know, react out a certain way. And so when I just kind of let go of the limiting beliefs around that, I was able to just show up without feeling bad for showing up how I was. I didn't have to act a certain way. I didn't have to stay in my head analyzing what they thought of me. I didn't have to just like overthink so much. And maybe actually I don't think I even wrote this down, but I want to add the point of stop overthinking and just come back to your body. That's actually what helped me. I came back to my body, like, how do I feel when I'm around this person? I started asking myself questions about how my body felt and what I wanted to express, and just allow that to be instead of being in my head and analyzing so much. Because analyzing is what led to me being kind of like the fake version of me that just questioned everything, questioned what other people thought of me, questioned what I was feeling. Like, it's just question after question after question that are just endless, and they're not actually showing your true self to other people. You're just trying to appease other people. And a really big part of this is to learn how to stop people pleasing. Learn to accept yourself learn to validate yourself and accept yourself for who you are, embracing all the shadows that we just talked about, and not letting people pleasing get in the way of you expressing yourself. Because when you dim down a version of yourself, or you dim down any part of you, any emotions that you feel because you want to make someone else feel comfortable, that's people pleasing. Like, you need to just do your inner work. And like, it was hard for me to understand all of these things in the beginning because I hadn't done enough inner work to feel comfortable to express myself and to just allow my emotions to show up and just allow my personality to come through, because I was so afraid of what people thought of it. I was so afraid of what people thought of my personality and the emotions that I had and the dreams that I had and all of these things, because I didn't give myself that validation first. I didn't show up and give myself the acceptance that I needed, and so I felt that I had to get it from other people, and the only way to do that is by abandoning myself and just doing whatever I thought they wanted to see and hear. And that is not authentic. That is the opposite of authenticity. So being authentic is doing all of this inner work that we talked about to be able to feel brave enough to actually express who you are, and to express your emotions, and to express your personality, and to express your shadows too. Like expressing all parts of you. That is what it means to be authentic. And yeah. So let me see on my notes here if there is anything else I want to add. So the other thing I want to add too is so something that I struggled with as I was going through, well, I'm always going through this inner work journey, but just in the beginning, I really struggled with understanding that I needed to show up for myself in each version of me, and to just accept myself at that phase. There was a part of me that just wanted to rush, and there was a part of me that just wanted to kind of like, oh, like when am I going to be healed? Like it felt like there was so much pain in my body that I just wanted it to be over. And I continued to read so many books and listen to so many podcasts because I was just like, I just want this to be over. The more information I consume, the faster this is gonna go by. But no, that's not how it works. I mean, the information helps, but you actually taking the time to process everything slowly and to integrate everything and to feel it in your body is what is going to help you the most. And showing love and acceptance to the current version of you, that is literally what's going to help you the most. Because the more you push who you're showing up as now away and repress it, the more it's going to keep showing up in your life, whether it's in obvious ways or not so obvious ways. So the best way to move forward and to actually grow and become the best version of you, the most authentic version of you, is to accept yourself for how you're showing up now, and to just allow that to be. Allow other people to see you and hear you, and just allow yourself to show up as you are. And everything just comes with time, and as you do your inner work, everything becomes easier. You're going to be amazed at how much easier it gets as you do your inner work to just be yourself and not have to feel like you have to hide or show up a certain way. So that is everything that I have for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.